Okay. Okay.
I'm going to shut this one off, hon.
Okay.
Because they're all on here.
Yeah.
Unless you just want to turn the sound on this one.
That could be a real issue also. The sound should be on the other camera now. Okay, we're up. There.
Hello? Hello, hello? Here's the puppies. These are Street's puppies. There's 10 of them in here. And there's 2 more Street puppies that is being raised by Whirly. For everybody that knew that or didn't know that. If anybody has any questions or wants to see a specific puppy, let me know. My phone number is 226-388-9284. I can show you females, males, and what colors they are. And that little brindle one that's all spread out at the back there, woodling. Can't remember what that's called, but there's a word for laying flat like that. So this little black one is a female, orange collar. This one's no collar female. She's a merle, but she's got a lot of black. This one is another no collar. Nope, it's got a collar, I lied. Black collar. He's a boy. He's a brindle merle. With a little white foot. There's another brindle merle. That's a boy. And he's got a blue collar. So you can see why we have to collar them. This is a little brindle female, purple collar. No, sorry. I looked right at it. It said purple. It's green collar. Who haven't we done? This is another brindle male. Here, that's turquoise collar. Actually, he's not a brindle. He's a black. And then these gray areas will go lighter.
Tell them about me. Tell them about me.
I already told him about you.
I want you to tell them about me.
This one's the little itty bitty one born, if anybody was watching it. He's a brindle merle. We call him, what do we call him? Well, we call little ones Tittles. But he's got the tie-dye collar on. Can they see these ones over here? There's a black female in there, yellow collar. And there's a brindle female in there that's very much like that one, but a little bit smaller. And then there's pink collar, who's this female. She's very merly. She's already getting lighter in her light spots. If you can, I can't see if I'm. Anyway. If anybody wants to ask a question, 226-388-9284 if you want a better look at them. I've got lots of toys in here for them. Oops, I was sitting on this. We'll take it out because the puppies seem to get stuck on them. They've eaten. We're going to start them on food tomorrow. That should be fun. That makes a mess. And I don't know.
Why don't you run through them one more time now? There's 12 people. 12 people here now. Why don't you run through them again?
Can someone just text me and see if we're getting this?
The sound is going out.
388-9284. Okay, so we have a merle male. I can't see the camera, so am I on it?
There you are. Yep.
There we go. And he's turquoise collar. And here's a brindle male. That's a merle male. This is a brindle male. Somebody texted me. Sounds good. Arlo and I are watching.
Okay.
Thank you. Arlo want a brother or a sister? There's black collar.
Down a little bit. You're too high. There you go. That's better.
These
Right
ones
there.
are going to get pretty light. Their dark will get light, but they'll be cute as buttons. And this one is the blue one. He's a brindle male. Just cute as buttons. Just those. Ow. Little white feet toes. Easy to cut the nails. Did we do black? We did black. We did turquoise. And this is little Tittles. He's a little one. He's male. He's a brindle. So his black patches will stay kind of dark, but the rest of them will go very wheat in color. That's a little female over there, that Merle. And then another female, no collar, is laying in the corner. She's got a lot of black. She's like a minimal Merle. And this is orange collar. She's a female. She's a chunky monkey. Little white paws.
Down a little bit. You're a little high. There you go. Okay.
Little female. So I'm not really holding her by the arms. It looks like I am, but I'm not. So a little black guy wants some attention. Right? Right? You want no attention? Even his pee-pee hair is white. He's got pee-pee hair. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say pee-pee. And then you got the little sleeping ones over here. If you want a pudgy little black female.
Down a little.
She's very black.
Beautiful. Down a little.
I don't think she has any white on her. A little bit there and a little bit on her chest. Whee! That wasn't nice. She was sound asleep 5 minutes ago. And a little brindle. I think these were
Perfect.
the two firstborn.
Yep.
But I can't remember. That's a brindle. She's rainbow collar. She's a female. I hate waking them up.
Of course, they decided they wanted to play just before we put the cameras on them.
Gotcha. Good. Thank you. There's a little brindle female. Whee! And which one's it? This is the blue, the turquoise. I don't know. Blue or turquoise. Obviously, Heather's tired. I am so sorry. That's okay. So here we go. You guys will figure this out. I got you. There's a brindle male blue. There's a blue male turquoise. There you go. They might look the same to you, but they look different to me.
They just sit there. Hey, what?
Look at that. Look at you. They all have their different times of play. Sometimes some people go to pick a puppy and say, the puppy doesn't play enough. Will it have enough energy? They'll have energy. Look at this guy. He's like, you picked me up twice. All I want to do is I'm sorry. The brindle ones will get a lot lighter and then have some stripes on them. Their legs might stay a little dark like they are now. I mean, they're all gorgeous puppies. You'll see them growing up a little bit. Usually the ones that are born small. Oh, can you bring the two of street puppies over here that Whirly has raised?
Brown and
Red.
brown and red. Oh, sorry
apologize. Did I wake you up? Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Somebody's stealing our brother.
Hold on. So this is, see where I am.
Yeah, they're yours.
We have a cooler.
Uh-oh.
He brought a pullover with him.
Oh,
So this is the red collar. You're gonna have to see if they can see it.
okay.
Red collar.
Yeah, yes.
That's a blue merle, not a brindle merle. You can see that color popping on the white. And he's got a dirty bum, and I'll clean that up later. Can you clean that bum? She's like, I don't think that's my puppy, but it is your puppy. And this one's a little smaller than some of the other females. This one's probably the smallest female. You can see the size difference. I can feel it. This one's a little scruffy McDuffie. They're both cute as buttons. And they just let me do whatever I want. Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed up. Red is a male. And beige is a female. Did I say it backwards, or did I say they were both females? And I haven't even been drinking tonight. I did go for a 20-kilometer mountain bike ride, though, which is probably more than I should have done. What if I leave them here, Street? Will you take care of them? No? Okay. Any questions for anybody, or did you want to see a puppy closer, or you're probably happy with this? If you want to come and sit in the middle of them, let us know. And you can come sit in the middle of them, because that would be fun. It's always fun. Can you take these puppies back?
No.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
Don't step off the couch. Don't
Come here,
step off the couch.
Come on, man.
It's not too bad. Again, for anybody, if you have any questions, 226-388-9284. Probably not a lot of questions now. You're just looking at them and figuring it all out. And they're kind of boring. I don't know what to say.
Streak says,
Street's
hey,
telling me to. Here, let's bring Streep in so you can see Streep for anybody that hasn't seen Streep. Come on over here, Streepy. Come on here, Streepy. Streepy's got really bad farts. Every time she jumps, she farts. Oh, bleh. I'm serious, man. It's bad.
But you're beautiful, Streak.
Yes, we're going to show Whirly's puppies. In momento.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a pink collar in Streep's litter. Yes.
Well.
The pink collar in Streep's litter was sleeping in the corner, so I didn't show her that much. And I can probably dig in here and even look. I'm going to pick it up, but I haven't looked at the collar yet. Is this pink? Yes, light pink collar. That's Streep's pink collar.
She doesn't look happy. Hey.
I'm just going to put her back here so she gets a little food. That's a female. That would make sense why she has pink collar on. You're welcome. I do have a fair. So soon, all the puppies are going to be together in a playroom. So there is quite a few. There's 2 puppies here, or 1 puppy here that doesn't have a collar, and 2 puppies over in Whirly's that don't have collars. So I'm going to have to figure out collar colors for them, just so I know who is who, because I'm getting confused.
They want to see tie-dye close up again when we get a second. Yep, that's good.
That's the little one. Tittles, we call him. So
Yeah,
we had a family here from England a number of years ago, and we had a litter of puppies. And when we had a little one, they said they were sheep farmers, and they said that when they had little sheep that needed a little bit of help, they called them tittles, because they don't like the word runt either. I don't like the word runt. We've had one runt, and to me, a runt means sickly. Not just little, but like sickly. So maybe it's because I'm little that I don't like, and I was always called a runt in school. We're gonna get to him. I just wanted to get a good food. So she does lay down still to feed them. And Whirly has to lay down to feed hers because she's got some little ones. So funny thing, when we gave 2 of Streep's puppies to Whirly, I picked the 2, we did it at 30 hours, and I picked the 2 that were born the largest, and I gave them to Whirly. And one of them's actually quite small. But she's doing well. I think she's growing well and she's healthy. That was the beige collar little one that we had over here for a while. Everybody's happy and healthy. And you can see they'll just eat and eat and eat until Streep decides that she's going to leave. Hi, Streep. How do you look good, girl? How do you look good, Streep? Can you see? Can you look into the camera and see everything?
Look over here. Good
Yes,
girl.
honey.
You're on
She's a
TV.
very patient mommy. We'd have to, I don't know how many puppies she's had. Her very first litter was 13 puppies. Her last litter before this one was 8, but 1 died, so it was 9. But it was born like it had stopped growing 2 weeks prior to being delivered. But it's a sterile environment in there, so everything was good, in case anybody really wonders. Sometimes I give too much information, and I gross people out. So everybody here was born healthy. The little guy just needed a little bit of rubbing to get him breathing because Streep actually didn't really notice that he came up. And so he wasn't stimulated in the birth canal, probably because he was a little bit smaller. So we just vigorously rubbed them until he started yipping, and then we were good. And he's been fine since. He's fed well, gained weight well. He's just stayed smaller. You can hear them eating. If anybody wants to come and sit with them all night and make sure that he's fed, that would be nice because we could sleep all night long. And you can see she gets out there very like, okay, kids, off. No.
Now we want to see tie-dye.
Yes.
We're going to go to tie-dye.
Tie-dye's over here. Tails. And you can feel their pudgy little bellies. Oh, somebody vomited.
Too much milk, too
When
fast.
they start to feed standing up, I don't know what it causes. Maybe some kind of gastric distension, and they tend to vomit a little bit. There's tie-dye. He's a brindle merle. So his dark will stay somewhat dark, but the other color will go like a wheaten color. He's got a little white chest. He's a pretty nice puppy. That was him what vomited, I guess. But he's got a little bit here, so we better sit him up in case he wants to vomit again. Why? I think what happened was I asked Streep to come in, but she had just fed them before we came on, so we might have overfilled the puppies' bellies, which is a thing that happens once in a while.
He looks like he's in a milk coma.
He's in a milk coma.
I'm just mellow and got a full belly.
As we said, he's happy and healthy. So far, so good. I'm not a vet. But he's starting to get little baby teeth. Little baby teeth.
Down a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okey-dokey.
Anybody else want to see any other puppies you want to have a better look at, or?
We have 7 males and 11 females.
Okay, oops, this just in from the home office.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we miss anything? Thanks so much.
Oh, okay, how many mil, yeah. No, I think we're answering all the questions.
Yes. So, I don't have a favorite. Did I tell everybody my mom's favorite? She named Annie. It's probably because it's her sister's name. And it's the little green-collared female. I don't know why it's her favorite, but she says it's her favorite. She was over cuddling them today. I don't know if some people saw it. Yesterday I had some friends over, and they were all in the pen cuddling puppies, their kids, and we tried to invite people in to kind of be with the puppies so they get used to people besides us. Especially 3 kids who were rambunctious but gentle, and it went very well. The puppies enjoyed it and the kids enjoyed it.
Want to move over to this?
I could say I enjoyed it.
Do you want to move over to this
Yeah.
this pen? We're going to move over to Whirly's pen. Zoom around. These guys are ready for their television debut. Hey, come on in here.
One of the puppies was just looking up. See that? Looking at the TV. There's a TV right up above. Why is everybody so? We should get Whirly out of here. So, I think they want to be fed by
Yeah.
Whirly.
Whirly, come on, hon. Come on
I
over.
just stuck my butt in the camera. I'm sorry.
No worry about it.
If we get the puppies out, or the mum's out, we'll bring Whirly in at the end. Alrighty. Ah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it working?
Yeah. It's lagging a few seconds, so but
Okay.
that's why we want to
So-
restart it.
What's the matter? You guys feel it? Hey, you're peeing on a toy. What are you guys smarten up? Okay, so we'll go back and we'll show Streep's puppies again. There's Streep's little beige one. One of the bigger puppies that I moved over that stayed really small. Quite small, actually. But that's look at her tail. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
Can
there.
they see that?
Yeah. I love it when I'm upside down.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to keep this one.
Uh-oh.
This is beige collar. Anyway, we're just gonna say about all the different sizes in puppies is like it's in mixed breeds you'll see different sizes in puppy litters. They'll take on different sizes of each parent. If you look at a lot of purebred litters, they're all very similar in size, all the puppies.
No genetic difference.
The genetic diversity really leads to the different sizes. So we're not worried about this size. Could have been a smaller standard poodle back in the lineage. Whee! Put that down. And then this one. Beige and pink are somebody's favorites. I could see that. You like the real Merle look. Here's Red. That's Streep's puppy too. It's a bigger puppy. How's my showing off size? Okay, so
That was Sheena that likes the
yeah.
beige.
So here
color, I
is
think.
Whirly's smallest puppy. You can tell it's a little longer, so it's gonna get a little bit bigger. Can you do that, please? How much longer is it? It's not that much. You can see the difference in size. So this is Whirly's puppy. Who are you? Whirly's boy. It's no collar, but we'll get a collar on him. We'll figure out a collar for him. I think I have some spares, or he'll have to get 2 collars.
But we're changing collars probably tomorrow.
We're changing collars, but we have
Same color.
same color collars, just larger.
We'll split that. And breakaway.
And these are just loops right now, and then they turn into a breakaway collar. So here is Jade. Jade collar, so we call Jade puppy. She's a really, really laid back puppy. I almost thought she was sick a couple times because she just finds a little spot and lays down, and then these guys run all over her playing, and she just kind of sits and just sleeps. Another neat thing about her is when you come in and look at them, she just kind of sits and stares at you. She's bringing in all the information, I guess. She's very black. Well, I shouldn't say she's very black. She's black. To you guys, she looks black. But when you put her in the sun or you look under her tail, she's got like a little mahogany look to her. And beautiful, beautiful coat. I mean, they all have nice coats, but I don't know why this one's so gorgeous. You can tell by now that they don't really get curly. They get more of a wavy coat, which I feel is easier to care for. But who am I? Who's this?
A crazy puppy lady sitting in the middle of a bunch of puppies.
We'll charge $10 for 15 minutes to lay here, to sit here. Just joking. So this is Purple Collar. I think she was the firstborn. She's a nice, big, chunky monkey girl, too. She's a nice one.
Have you found one that wasn't a nice one? I think
Yeah, I keep saying, I know, that I sound stupid, but
No, you don't.
she's getting teeth.
Sound like a proud mom.
She's got chunk, though. Like, she's not a skinny, scrawny little one. She's like this one's skinny, scrawny, which is fine, but this one's chunky monkey. And this was Jade. I already showed you Jade. And then Julio. This is light blue. I'm not sure if Floyd's on here, but this is a black male. He appeared a little more brown when he was born, but he's pretty black. He's got a little white chest. No little white feet. He does somersaults. He just beat on me, but that's kind of normal. He's a nice boy. They're all nice boys. And he's also been wormed. All these puppies have been wormed once. Not once, but they've been wormed for their 3 days.
Series.
One series of 3 days of dewormer. And then tomorrow we start another series of dewormer. And then before they go home, there's a series of dewormer. Which is nice because they're freshly dewormed, and they're freshly vaccinated, so you don't need to take your puppy to the vet for another 4 weeks. And we'll probably talk about sending them home with flea care too. Flea and tick care, and then that way you don't have to make a special trip to the vet. I'll get that from my vet. Okay, where was I? There's purple. Did I show purple? Yes, I should.
And I think it's, flea and tick care is usually about $25 a pill. But then you don't, like Heather said, you don't have to pay for the vet visit, and they're protected until their next visit with the vet, which will be 12 weeks. And then the third visit is 16 weeks.
This is another one of my favorites.
Heather has 18 favorites.
Well, I love them all, but I don't know. This one is loves attention, but not in a pushy, attention-seeking way. She just would rather come and talk to you, even if it's feeding time. She'll wander over and say hi to you, even when the other puppies are suckling, which I think is pretty neat. And she's a Merle. So this color, as opposed to this color, you can see how gray that is. This gray, which is not as light, is called a muddy Merle. And as they age, the muddiness turns more silver. So they just take a little time, and then after their muddiness goes away, their Merle color pops a little bit more.
Okay.
Aren't you just the cutest little
You're
creature?
trying to get your attention.
Now I have another favorite.
I just want to talk to you.
This is no collar, male from Whirly's litter. Muddy Merle does not have a collar color. She's a female, and she belongs to Whirly, which is what I said. And today I've just named her Muddy. So if anybody is interested in her, she doesn't have a collar, but we'll call her Muddy for now.
And we'll try to get collars.
I will. I'll look through
Muddy.
It's really hard to have 18 different colors, especially since the lady that I was getting them from doesn't make them anymore. I'll show you what they are. Really, they're just paracord. Uh-oh. You better change the collars tomorrow. Today. Do you have a light blue?
Light blue?
Yeah. So this is just a slide collar which goes on them right away. I mean, you can say they're probably not safe, but we're just hoping that there's nothing in here that can get caught on. So they slide into whatever size you want, and then they come with a big brother, which has quick release,
Lanyard clips.
lanyard kind of barrel releases. So we'll change his right now just because. And we do find these off when they're playing. Generally, I know who they are, but when you pick your puppy, when you choose your puppy, when you get here and choose your puppy, we will microchip it. So even if the collar falls off, we will already attach that microchip number to your puppy. So if the collar falls off, nobody panics. We can just check the microchip because we have a chip reader, and then we know what dog it is. So you know that you're going to get your dog. We don't microchip them in front of you because they squeal, and that hurts people's feelings.
It hurts our feelings.
Yes.
Some do, some go, hey, that was nothing. Others go, oh.
So now the light blue collar has this new adult
breakaway
collar on,
collar.
and that'll stay on until home time. And I think the only one we didn't get to is the beautiful little dark pink collar over here. She's a smaller female. And she has a little white chest. No. And she's got quite a mahogany tinge to her. She's probably the brownie-ish, and I'll tell you the truth. She may be a sable. And there's no genetic testing for that because it'll just come out as brindle.
Still quiet.
If you want to look up a sable, but a sable will go lighter at about 2 years of age, but I can't tell you now if she's a sable. So if you
And she's pretty mellow.
really, 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 really want a dark dog, we probably have ones that'll be darker, but sable is a very cool color too. But I can't tell you that. Look at that. Can you see that?
Not really.
No, I can't. Can you see?
You can see a little bit.
See how that's getting really light? So I'm going to say she's a sable, which is pretty, I love sables. I was never able to find a sable poodle to buy. Not everybody wanted to, of course, sell to us because we're breeders and we're very honest when we buy them. So you have crazy dog people that don't want to sell you dogs. But she's a nice puppy. Well, they're a nice puppy. And they got the dangle. You can tell that we fiddle with the dogs a lot. Have we shown everywhere? I think we have.
Is there anybody else? Anybody?
Any other questions?
Any other dogs you want to see a second look at?
If you wanted to know, too, interesting. We can't find any Canadian pumpkin.
Yeah. So we use when the dogs have diarrhea.
Darrier?
I dropped something that's in there. Where's Eric? Is Eric here? I wonder if Eric's here. Did he drop his cheese? I dropped my ears. Anyway, there's no Canadian-made canned pumpkin. Pumpkin is good for loose stool or if they can't poop and the dogs like it. But all the pumpkin is made in the United States. So.
Who is the... Okay, we got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Who's the black one on the left right now by itself? That was this one. That's the male. The light colored, light blue male. I mean, by the time you got to me, I think he was over here, but he was over because we're a little slow.
Eric is here.
Eric.
So make sure you don't drop anything.
I've always tried to not say people's names on here in case they're like.
Oh, first names like.
I think. I'm trying to think.
That was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The black one.
No, there's another question. Streets puppies. The chillest of streets puppies. Probably the brindle, the green collared brindle, which is why my mother picked her up today. But also, trying to think of what color it is. Hold on.
Oh, they want a jade, and the next one two jade.
Jade.
While you're over there.
That's purple. So this is jade right here. And this is purple. And this is pink. If you can see the difference with her coat, I can see it. Maybe you guys can't in the light. It's very hot in here. I think I need a beer. Let me look at the colors here. Oh, okay. I would say I'll watch better over the next couple days, but I would say the blue collar Merle and the green collar, the light green collared brindle female streaks are, but I'll keep more of an eye on them. I think I know these puppies a little bit better because it's Whirly's first litter, so we've been kind of paying attention and making sure that she's feeding them all right. When she comes in to feed them, she gets a little anxious because the puppies are so on her that she just wants to jump back out. So we've been spending a lot more time with her, making sure she feeds the puppies, and she's a good mom, but she just gets overwhelmed from them.
And
which is why we're starting them on food
tomorrow.
And one of the other things we Heather's been doing is we don't pick them up unless they sit down. So if they want to get picked up, they sit down and then we pick them up, and that's called man training, and you can probably look it up and start reading on it, and it's a pretty good way to train the puppy. So that puppy is sitting there and waiting. So want to pick that puppy up?
Okay, have we shown the light blue and jade next to one another? Have we done that?
Oh, the one. I see what they're saying.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Hi. So there's blue and there's jade. And I will, hold on.
Going in.
I will
Going
go in without tripping and stepping on the puppy. I think I pressed something. I have to delete it, or not delete it, but.
So there's jade.
And there is light blue.
Jade's got a little bit of a wavier coat.
Ooh, here's a tough question.
Yeah.
What's going to be the different characteristics, health concerns, age of mom, or personality traits from one mother's litters and the next?
Can I read that?
Yeah.
Heather has to read things. Sorry.
Yeah. Like they're both, the reality is both moms are young. They're 6. So we don't breed. Streep is going to retire, but she's having 12 puppies kind of tells us that she's very healthy. Whirly's kind of a,
Whirly's more of a chill dog.
yeah. Streep is pretty chill.
Like Whirly's surprisingly chill.
Yeah.
They're both healthy. No, none of them have had health concerns. The only thing I can't answer about Whirly's litter is that we haven't had a previous Whirly litter.
Stella, be quiet.
So, but all the females are genetically tested by Embark, and so is Gibson. So we know they don't carry any genetic issues that are tested by Embark, which are like 144 or 167 or something like that. Whirly's never had any medical issues. And neither has Streep. Streep is 6 and has not had to have her teeth cleaned. Whirly is 4 and has dirty teeth but no tartar. My vet says her teeth are fine. They're just not white. And she says that has no health concern to it.
Somebody wants to see Whirly.
Okay.
Can I take that out?
I'm trying to answer this question
Sure,
first.
no.
Different characteristics, health concerns, age of the mums. So the age of the mom, I'm wondering if you're asking if you think that the mums are older, would that affect the health of the puppies? My vet says if a female can conceive and care for her puppies, then the puppy should be as healthy as any other puppies. Personality traits from one mother's litter to the next. Well, they're both Gibson's dad, so you'll get his traits. These guys are both outgoing.
Street might be a little more loving.
Yeah, Streep's more of a cuddler, but Whirly's more of a doesn't care about anything, kind of, you can take her to a brewery and she's like, all right. Well, you can take both of them to a brewery, really. So they're very similar because they're both poodles. No, our male is 9. The females are 4 and 6. Gotcha. No 9 mums.
No.
No, we retire them before they're 9.
Okay. Somebody would like to see Whirly. So So Worley, come on, in you go. Worley.
I hope I answered everything
No, come on,
well
yeah,
for
yeah.
you there.
Go in there.
Thank you.
In you go.
We bred dogs for quite a while. Probably where I learned most of my genetics was in breeding horses. I was pretty picky with the stock that we bought for horses. So with the dogs, I was just trying to be as careful.
Stay there, please.
If nobody knows too, Whirly is bigger than Street. Right now she has a lot of hair, so she looks even bigger. But Street would be 45 pounds and Whirly is 60. But some of her puppies are proving to me that they're not going to be that big. But also I can't guarantee that because I haven't seen any of her puppies. Can you lay down, please? I know it's hard for you, but it's hard for your puppies too. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? You don't want to do it on camera? So she has recently fed them, so she probably doesn't really want to be in here either. So once she lays down with them, she will lay for an hour and feed them, and then they will crawl all over her and play on her. It's just a part of getting in. I've cut all the little toenails so they don't scratch them as much. I think she's just a little overwhelmed sometimes, so we haven't slept a full night in a while. Silly puppies. Soon, as I said, we'll start to feed them, and then in a couple weeks, they'll go to bed, and we will feed them, and they will go to bed in another room that we have, and then the moms don't have to feed them at night.
Come on. I'm gonna grab a couple puppies and maybe she'll try to lay down again. Ian, can you try to talk her into laying down?
Lay down, hon. Down.
If you saw, she tried to lay down, but
I couldn't find the spot.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. In the corner. Girl. Like this guy.
whoopsie, I dropped the puppy.
Worley got it.
Sorry.
This guy's a bit I'm gonna be able to wing. There you go. There we go.
If anybody saw, sorry I stood in front of the camera there, I was just sorting her out. If anybody saw, right at the beginning, we had rails around the outside. Those are called pig rails. And they were they're an attempt to stop a big dog like this from squishing their puppies against the wall, which when we bred Connie Corsos, we weren't successful. We still lost one. So usually past this age, they're fine because they wiggle and squiggle enough.
And they're strong enough.
And they're strong enough to get out. But we worry. That's why nobody picks their puppy until 5 weeks old. Is that one on? Okay.
I love this guy. He's completely upside down. These guys are pretty much ready to get on to solid food, and the mums are just about at that point where they can't really feed them anymore.
So the dogs usually go home paper trained, meaning that in the other room we send them in, by the time they go home, you will see that the dogs usually go to the side of the room and go on like the potty paper things. Also though, when we get up in the morning, we get up very quickly and we open the door to that bedroom, and then we open our back door, and then the puppies run outside. You'll see some videos of that when we start to do that. And the puppies run outside even before they can get up in the morning, and that's when they start their potty training. They get pretty good at it. The biggest thing about potty training is if a dog is sleeping, or if a dog's getting up in the morning, or if the dog is in a crate. As soon as they wake up or you let them out of the crate, you need to be outside within seconds. That's going to be your easiest way to potty train a dog. So that's why when we get ready in the morning, we wake up suddenly and open the doors, and then encourage the dogs to go outside, and then they go out, and we'll film that to see as soon as they hit the ground, they start to pee. They also, if the weather gets nicer, hopefully someday soon, we have a dog run outside that if we're home, all the puppies will be out in there, and they'll learn to go potty outside too.
And then when they come home, you just have to remember their bladders are good for 1 hour per month of age. So they'll be 2 months when they come home. So what you want to do is every 2 hours, you want to get them outside. They can go longer, they just don't see the point. So if you can get it into their head that every 2 hours you're outside and letting them relieve themselves outside, they won't relieve themselves in the house. And most people are telling us 3 days and they've got it. They just won't go in the house. You can, again, as long as you're getting them out regularly and giving them the opportunity.
Yes, what he said.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
So
Thank you for coming to our first
sound on
Sound on Sunday of this litter.
Yeah.
It's always fun. We will do this. We'll try to do this Sundays. Maybe next Sunday we won't, but we try to do this
It's
Sundays.
Easter, yeah.
And then it's really fun after people pick their puppies because then you get to see your puppy growing up.
And then once they move into the playroom, we'll have a slide and a climber in there for them to play on. And when they're out on the deck, we've got another slide and climber that they can play on. So they can play on those and push each other off the slide and try to slide down it. And you see their personalities start to come out. Who the peacemaker is and who the troublemaker is.
Ian's the troublemaker.
Yeah, well.
Come to think of it, Ian's the peacemaker.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes. What he said. I mean, what I said.
Anyway, pretty much everything. Can you think of anything else?
I cannot think of anything. All the dogs come microchipped, vaccination, dewormed, flea and tick. We usually charge extra for a flea and tick.
We just charge for the pill, so we
Yeah.
get them off our vet, and
Yeah,
There.
just so you guys don't have to go to the vet. We wash them, cut their nails before they go home, and and a harness. You get a harness.
we like them in the harness when they're small, because with a collar they'll run backwards and slip the collar. With a harness, at least you've got it on them so they can't get away from you when they're very small, until you get them used to a collar. There was something else I just thought of and I forgot. Oh well.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. Around 8 weeks, we'll try to work it around your schedule. Work that 8 week. Look at that one on her head. That 8 week weekend. If you're off on weekends, we'll try to work it around your schedule so they come home and you got a couple of days. If you're off in the week, we can try to work it around that too, either a little early or a little late, whatever works best for you, so you can spend time with them and get them used to what's going on and get them used to the crate. We really suggest you crate train them. They like being. Start putting crates out when they start going out on the deck. And they'll go in the crates and sleep, and it becomes their safe place. So they like it as their cave, and it's their security spot. And then if you're going to be away and you can't monitor them, the best place for them is in a crate so they don't get into mischief or do damage.
Correct. Good.
Okay.
We will turn the sound off so I can get back to trucker mouth. And you guys can enjoy the feeding of the 8. Now, they're starting to stop feeding now, and they're stepping away and just hanging out.
That's it. The other thing when they come home, and we'll say things 100 times so that you kind of get them 20 minutes of play, 2 hours of sleep. If your puppy starts to be a real pain in the behind, it's because they're tired. And so when we schedule the visits, we'll try to schedule it so that the puppies have had 2 hours of sleep between each of the visits. And that way you kind of get to see the real puppy, not a tired puppy that's maybe not as nice as it could be. Okay.
Also, we give you some food.
Yes.
We feed TLC. And we'll go all over that, or you've gotten the email, or
Yeah.
whatever.
TLC's Canadian. It's made in New Hamburg. It's home delivery. We've used it for 5-6 years, and it's we're pretty happy with it. So we'll give you all the information
We're
on that.
happy with it. We don't eat it, but we're happy
Oh.
with it.
Well, depends on how hungry we are. But yes, anyway, and we'll try to remember everything when we. Oh, and there's 6 weeks of pet insurance. And we kind of suggest that when the puppies are young, might be a consideration to get it for the first year because they get into mischief. And then if your vet says, "Oh, I'm starting to see something," which they've never have, but you might want to consider continuing. But again, we tell
Somebody had
everybody.
a puppy paw injury that was all covered
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
so
The
it's all
big,
good.
yeah. The big thing is that insurance companies are in the business of making money, and you've got to decide how much risk you really want to take.
Any more?
That's it. I think
Any
that's it.
more? No more curious questions?
Good seeing everybody here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And
Next time we'll have popcorn and beer.
yeah, that sounds good.
Ooh, popcorn sounds nice.
Beer sounds good. Good night.
Thank you.